Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. When we are constantly exposed in objectifying everything in this world, we are unable to give up that habit of objectification. And as a result, we say, have you seen God? Can I see God? Means we know only one type of experience, and that is the experience which is gathered through the sense organs and the mind and the intellect. Can there be any other type of experience also or not? See. But instead of recognizing that, we are only objectifying to such an extent that when the five koshas, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya, when they are negated by proper understanding, then the question comes, when all of them are negated, then nothing remains. See? The process of negation is carried out by someone who cannot be negated. And this recognition of oneself without the involvement of sense organs, mind and intellect is called as God realization. But we are so much preoccupied that whatever is known by us only through the senses, etc., that alone is true. And therefore, I want to see God, because the God has to become an object of knowledge. Okay, then the scriptures say, okay, you want to see God, I can show you. So, what is this word? Word is Asti Bhati Priya Nama Rupa Iti Pancha Amshakam. Any object in this world has got these five aspects. First is Asti Bhati Priya, exist and known and useful. We love something. These three. These three aspects are Paramatma and Nama Rupa. These two aspects are world. So if you want to see God, go beyond the names and forms. See? So when we go beyond names and forms, what happens is, we transcend space. Space alone supports the names. Space alone supports the forms. Sound is the tanmatra of space, and the shape or the form that is also supported by the same space. And when we transcend names and forms, we come to the position of being space. And when we come to this position of being space, then what happens? The gross world will have no consequence for us. And when the gross world will have no consequence for us, then we go beyond sense organs, mind and intellect. See? But we are caught up only in the name and the form, name and the form. And therefore, when Panchakoshas are rejected, it is not nothing remains. that which can never be negated or rejected is our essential nature. And therefore, the teacher, he now starts banging the student. Bodhepyanabho yasya na kataschana jayate tam katham bodhayet shastram doshtam narasamakritim. Bodhe api yasya anubhavaha na kataschana jayate. He who is directly, clearly, distinctly experiencing his own presence, independent of all the faculties, and yet he says that I don't have the experience of God. Bodhe api anubhava yasya na kataschana jayate tam katham bodhe shastram tam loshtam narasamakritim. Loshta and narasamakritim. To that muddy-headed fool, how can the scriptures instruct? See, friends, the only reason we are unable to cognize our own presence is we are preoccupied with the objectivity in knowledge. If objectivity from the knowledge is deleted, the non-objective and therefore non-subjective experience is called as God. See? Get this point. It's not difficult. Therefore, tam katham bodhayet shastram, to that dull-witted fool who is all the time only preoccupied with the world. Why there is so much corruption, why the parliament is doing like this, and why the people are like that, why there is so much bad things happening in this world. Such a person is not qualified for study of Vedanta. Those who are preoccupied with the children, the wife and the husband, and the in-laws and the outlaws, they should go somewhere and start doing, improving the society. There used to be one great Mahatma in Bombay. His name was Nisargadatta Maharaj. And when people used to go to him and ask, Sir, these days the values have fallen, the quality of life has gone, our culture is being rejected by the new generation. When some used to go to him, he used to say, because he was a bidi shop owner, he used to say, ये माल इस दुकान में नहीं मिलता, दूसरे दुकान में जाओ. Enough of this world, enough. That doesn't mean we are depressed and dejected. Therefore, anybody who will threaten you, frighten you, that because of the last life's prarabdha, in this life you are suffering, he is not your well-wisher. He is catching you with a lead and make you a slave for the whole day, whole life. See? Biggest obstacle is this. When we are told we are no more the Panchakoshas, then who we are, if we are not the body, then we are told we are embodied. What is the meaning of embodied? Embodied means the one who is called a Jiva. And we hold on to that dumb thing called a Jiva. Jiva is not an individuality. See? Jiva is a manifestation. It is not individuality. It is not Vyakti. It is Abhivyakti. See? Bulbs are Vyakti. There are a dozen bulbs here. Will we say that there are a dozen lights here? Light is one. In the same manner, We are many as bodies, but as life we are one. Therefore, it is not the jiva, it is the jivana. Nam is not. There is nothing like jiva, there is only jivana. And once you take this stand, where is the question of last life, this life, next life, going to hell and heaven? Everything is rejected. Therefore, when we are told that the embodied is jiva, don't accept it just like that. Find out what is the value of jiva. See, like in our mathematics, etc., we are told the unknown has to be established. Some data is given, and then we have to establish the unknown. So how do we establish the unknown? We say, suppose the unknown is x, and then we write down that answer. So, answer to this particular question, unknown is x. Will we get marks? We have to establish the value of, what is the value of x? In the same manner, when we are talking that the jiva or the soul, what is the value of this jiva? What do we mean by jiva? See, then we will come to know, like for light in the bulb, three things are required. One is the electricity, second is the bulb with the capacity to allow the electrical energy to express as light, and the third, the light. These three things together make the bulb alive. But if we focus only on the light or only on the bulb, and we think that this is the giver of light, there cannot be a better fool than us. See friends, as the bulb has no existence without reference to the electricity, in the same manner, the body and the jiva, the soul, has no meaning without reference to the absolute reality. And that is our essential nature. But we get carried away by this sin, marriage, last life, this life, and fulfilling the desires. You will see this thing, For us, spiritual life means fulfillment of desires. If we really mean business on the spiritual path, it means rising above and going beyond, transcending all the desires. Then we really mean spiritual practice. For us, spirituality is nothing but getting our desires fulfilled. And therefore, you will see wherever there is a desire fulfillment program, you will see huge crowds. It is something like, can you see healthy people visiting hospitals except the doctors? So, among the healthy people alone, the doctors are happy. Or among the unhealthy people, the doctors are happy. The doctors want only unhealthy people around. In the same manner, Babajis who are approached by these desire fulfilling mongers, they are happy. इतने सारे हमारे शिष्य हैं. कोई बात नहीं, तुम्हारा काम हो जाएगा. नारायण. Therefore, friends, tam katham bodhayet shastram loshtam narasamakriti. To deny one's own presence is the height of foolishness. Example is given. Jivha mesti nava iti ukti lajjaye kevalam yatha na buddhyate maya bodho bodhavya hita rishi. लज्जाई बड़ी शर्म की बात है. See the words used. It is a matter of disgusting shame. What is that? Jiva me asti nama. Do I have a tongue or not? Can somebody say this statement? The one who says this statement, he has a long tongue. And the one who doesn't have a tongue, he will never say this statement. See, friends. So when such a statement is made, it is a matter of disgusting shame. Similarly, namudyate maya bodaha. I have never experienced reality. Lajjai is a shame. Can anybody experience one's birth? No. Can anybody experience one's growth? No. Can anybody experience one's death? No. Can anybody experience one's absence? No. And yet we say that I am born, I am growing, and I die, and I am not there. It is impossible. You know the biggest problem we all have? We have the addiction to workaholism. Like alcoholism, workaholism. And therefore, everything we want to do. And the height of doingness is, I want to do meditation. And then people ask, Swamiji, can you tell me how to do meditation? Yes. First of all, cut onions. And cut tomato. Keep everything ready. And when the water is boiling, jump into it. See, friends, why this is? Because doing. This is what we have understood in spirituality. Spirituality is not doing, it is undoing all what we have been doing in the past. Therefore, here, namudyate maya bodaha. I am not realized, therefore I have to realize. Please don't disturb, okay? Meditation in progress, take a detour. Board outside. And then sitting inside the hall for meditation. A huge group of thousands and thousands of people sitting for meditation. Close eyes, switch off everything, darkness. And after some time, the Guru rings the bell. How do? How it was? Freshening. Naturally, after sleep, you feel fresh. This thing I am not imagining and telling you. I have gone through these many places. I won't tell you the name and place where we went for some international yoga conference. And there, that person, so many people, and he will say, okay, this is yama, this is niyama, this is asana, pranayam, he will name them. Now, according to your position, do meditation. Okay, close your eyes and ring the bell, start. Then again I ring the bell, stop meditation. So, 1, 2, go. And everybody is waiting. Kab bajata hai ghandi? It is something, like you are standing there for a running and you have taken a pose and you are waiting when the bell goes. Is that spirituality or meditation? And because there are crowds, that does not mean it is truth. On the path of truth or spirituality, majority is not the law. See? If all of us say that there is a sunrise and sunset, and if a wise man says no, there is no sunrise and sunset, it is the movement of the earth which is superimposed on the sun, then one man's reading is valuable than the reading of the millions of fools which are valid only in democracy. See? The power of evaluation. Can the power of evaluation be same for everybody? See? One is a rickshaw puller, third is a drug addict, second is a drug addict, third is a depressed person, fourth is a cheat, fifth is a minister, sixth is a householder, seventh is a college professor, eighth is a judge, ninth is a Babaji, and all of them are asked to evaluate one person. Can we give equal weightage to their evaluation? But this is what our democracy is. See, friends, therefore on the path of truth, don't go by the crowds. It has nothing to do with the reality. So, na buddhate maya bodho, bodhavya iti tadrishi. So, it is the same thing like when somebody says, do I have a tongue or not? In the same manner. Hey, I am not realized yet. Tumhara to acha ho gaya. You are realized. I am yet to. It is the same disgusting thing. यस्मिन् अस्ति लोके बोधस्तदुपेक्षणे यद् बोधमात्र तद् ब्रह्मेति एवं धीर ब्रह्म निश्चयः. Now here the truth is revealed. Be very attentive. यस्मिन् अस्ति लोके बोधः तद् उपेक्षणे. Whatever you are experiencing in this world, be indifferent to that. Upeksha will be indifferent. Like, I am chanting and you do not listen to what I am chanting. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Now, if you have heard Sri Ram, there will be some kind of reaction in your mind. How come if Swami is saying he is a devotee of Krishna, then why chanting Rama, why not JSK, JSK, JSK? You know JSK? JSK. It is a SMS sent to Dwarka. So the mind will start immediately interacting. And therefore, this is one habit which we have to consciously curtail. Experience, but do not react. What will be that kind of mind? That kind of mind will be like a mirror. When one Vishwasundari goes and stands before the mirror, and after that when she is going, will the mirror say, Hari, wait for some more time? It is so nice. And if a person like me goes in front of the mirror, Hari, yaar, no. Because the mirror does not react. That doesn't mean it refuses. It reflects everything. In the same manner, we are very much in this world, not dead but alive, and yet we have no reactions to whatever it is. Yasmin, in whichever experience, asti loke bodhaha. In every experience has got three components. One is the object of experience. Second is the experience of the object. And third is the experiencer of the object. Now from these three, the object of experience is remaining zero value in our mind. Whatever is there, we give zero value. When we give zero value, what happens? We have seen that object, experienced that object, but because there is no reaction, there is no experiencer born. So what it will be? It will be experience without experiencer. It is something like this. When we see any object that is done by the mind is peeping out of the eyes, an object is seen. That is called perception. If we stop there, samsara doesn't begin. Samsara begins when? When perception is followed by projection. See, a story comes in Bhagavan Shankara's commentary somewhere, wherein he says there was a young brahmachari, summer days, it was so hot. So after the lunch, he thought, instead of sitting in the ashram in the heat, he went to the Ganges, and there was his pet tree. He will go and climb on that tree, and sitting nicely, comfortably, stretching himself, the branch was like in the cinema movie. And he was sitting there, food is already in the stomach, and book is there, sleep is also there, but I don't want to sleep, all that funny kind of thing. And then he sees two old ladies, one young and one old. They have come to the Ganges for washing clothes and all that. So he starts looking at it. I think that younger one is okay for me. The elder one is too old. I think I can get married to her after my studies. But why wait for the studies? Marriage is the right thing to be done. And slowly the sleep gets into it. And then after that I will have a child. In 2 seconds, child is born. And then me and my wife will be sleeping together, but in between now the child will be there. And when the child is crushed because of me, the wife will scold me, you get away, don't crush the child. And she will push me, and he falls in the river. Had he simply seen that and stopped there, the samsara doesn't begin. This is how people fall in love. See? One useless person, boy, goes to a garden. Now those who are good for nothing, they only go to garden. Next time you observe. There no nothing to garden. It's not that only boys are useless. Girls are never, lagging behind. The girls are equally useless. And when two useless people come together, they start looking at each other and find usefulness. And then, slowly, why we two have come together now? It must be the providence of the divine being. So these people must have come from the satsang, and therefore, in the love affair, they bring the divine being. And slowly, it starts growing. And one day, and the other day, samsara begins. On the contrary, you be in this world, but stop reacting to the world. See? This is what the teacher says here. Yasmin asti loki mula tad upekshane. So we attend you. We have experience of a place. We have experience of food. We have experience of love. We have experience of hatred. That off, you delete. Only the experience, not experience of. See? Then what remains? Then yad bodhamatram tad brahmeti. So only the bodha, only the experience without an object of experience. And objective experiences are possible only when we are functioning and gaining the experiences through the mind. Mind vomits thoughts under two conditions. One is the objective source. I look at a person, I look at an object, from there the thought is born. The second way is the thoughts come from the stored memory impressions in the form of likes and dislikes. These are the two sources because of which the thoughts are born. So when with reference to the outer world, we close our eyes and keep ourselves in a closed room, okay, you have kept the world outside. What about the impressions on your mind? See? Then the mind will start bringing out all that is stored, and then the thought process begins, non-stop. And there, what we do, we react again to the disturbed mind. Because reaction has become our standard lifestyle. So let there be thoughts. Why you react? See, friends. And when you stop reacting, make it as a strong spiritual practice. Like you must have seen when two people are talking. And you are just standing there. One tells, hey, when I was coming, suddenly my car stopped and I don't know what happened. And then, I was struggling and then there was no petrol. And therefore I am late. Now one person said this thing, other person heard. Now we are the third person. Is it necessary to participate? But we have to, because that is a habit. See? Like one person tells his experience. Yeah, I went, the other day in that place, and surprising, the room that they have given me, it was a good retreat center, resort. And when I went and wanted to put the key in the lock, on that lock there was a cobra. What kind of thing it is? So he makes a very excited news. The others say, kuch bhi nahi. When I went, and a similar place, it happened somewhere in Kolkata, and then when I lifted the, cover and wanted to get into sleep, there was already a partner, a cobra was there. Now what do you get by taking this? Only thing, we want to get involved in participation one way or the other. Nothing else. And then we develop this as our faculty. And therefore you will see old people have got opinions, suggestions, decisions for everything in the whole universe. This is how they have been doing. See, stand apart. If you want to learn car driving, where do we learn? We go to a football ground and learn there. And there also, we find out a tree to go and hit. Because we are not yet very perfect in our driving. Such a person, can he come on the main road for driving? He cannot. Exactly the same way. We are telling you, a person who is constantly reacting while living in this world. He is learning driving car on the football ground. A person who is constantly reacting to everything in this world. Now that driver has to bring the car on the express highway. Now this man who had been constantly reacting with the world, now he comes on the seat of meditation. He who cannot stop reacting with the world, will he ever stop reacting in the mind? See, friends, we have to remain extremely aware. Are we getting involved in this world? Whether invited or uninvited. And if you become aware, you will come to know 99% we get involved uninvited. See? And thereafter we suffer. See? The other day I was going from Bombay to Pune. And normally when I go, I do not invite anybody to join me in the car. Because that is the only time I finish lot of my work on phone and everything. And when somebody, third person is there, they will get involved. And suppose I talk to somebody, hey, I was coming there but I can't come, but I am going to such and such place. Immediately it becomes a news, that day I was going with Swami, and he had a heart problem, and the doctor told he doesn't have heart, and I was so worried. Because we are newsmongers. See? And we can't stop. This is how our mind is unwantedly getting involved in the world. Therefore, it is said, Yad bodhamatram tad brahmeti. Only the experience, not experience of. See? Sound is heard. If we react, there will be turmoil in the mind. Sound is heard. We don't react. Mind remains as it is. After that, silence is followed. The mind doesn't react. And thus, the mind is trained not to react to the presence and absence of anything and being in this world. This experience is called as Brahmeti. This is what is called as Paramatma, Parabrahma. It is so simple, friends. If you are on the surface of the sea, swimming, the waves will be tossing us up and down. So what is the best way to get freedom from the waves? Any dumb fellow will say, get out of the sea. That is not the way. They go deep in the sea. Go another 5-10 feet below and see the beauty. The Great Reef of Australia, when I went there for seeing that, so they put on all the kinds of things and we went into the sea, about 7-8 kilometers inside. And then they have given us something like, antenna from where you throw the air and all that. So when we were seeing that, the waves will bring you up and down, up and down. I said, hey man, I don't want all these funny things. I removed it. And again I jumped into the sea and went down about 10-20 feet. I could touch the corals and everything. No waves. That day it was the greatest experience. When we are at the periphery of our personality, samsara is. In the depth of our personality, there is no samsara. See? So am I going to fight with the waves? No, there should not be any waves, then only I will swim. Then stand whole life like Vivekananda on the rock. See, the only way is dive within. The moment we dive within, we die. And the truth alone remains. This is what is called as Yad bodhamatram tad brahmeti iti evam dhihi brahmanishyaha. This understanding is called as abidance in the truth. Otherwise we do know what for we are sitting for meditation. what is the destination, what is the path, nothing is known. And for us, the meditation is like what? In a dark room during Amavasya, a blind man was searching for a black rat which was not there. That is our meditation. What for we are sitting? No, everybody is sitting, so I also sit. Is that meditation? And there you won't meet anybody. Excuse me, which direction Brahman is? No. By the one, to the one, all alone without feeling lonely. Panchakosha parityage sakshi bodhavasheshataha swaswarupam sa eva syat shunyatvam tasya durgatam. Panchakosha parityage. Thus when we rise above the five koshas, the panchakoshas, sakshi bodha avasheshataha, only the witnessing experience, that alone remains. The other day I was in Pune, one lady, very sincere, very deep understanding. She asked, wrote a slip. Swamiji, you told us about going beyond Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya. But what is the meaning of going beyond the Vijnanamaya and Anandamaya kosha? What is the spiritual practice we have to do so we go beyond all the Panchakoshas? This is what I said, Panchakosha parityagi. I will give you one by one liner, be very attentive. Going beyond the gross body, Annamaya kosha. Let worldly things and beings don't bother us. Because worldly things and beings become meaningful only when we accept ourselves to be the gross body. First. Second thing, pranamaya kosha. Let hunger and thirst be not an issue of our life. Whatever comes, eat and forget. All the time I am thinking about breakfast today, let go candy. How long are we going to the same topic again and again? Going beyond the mind, third spiritual practice. See, the other day, one lady told me, Swamiji, when you are telling some your experience joke, and I have heard it somewhere, therefore I didn't laugh. Then I told, but what did you learn from that? Process of learning should not stop. What should I learn from this? As a listener. When you listen to the same joke, you don't laugh, is it not? Because you know already. In the same manner, when it is the same misery again, why do you become more miserable? This is very true. But don't we become miserable again and again because of the same misery? And we think ourselves to be wise. If the same joke doesn't give us joy, why should the same misery give us misery? We should be experienced other than. Therefore, going beyond the mind is do not glorify and justify that I am so miserable, I am very unlucky. No, refuse. Don't justify that you are miserable. Then don't try to make anybody happy. It's a very important principle. Don't try to make anybody happy. Why? Everybody has the right to be miserable. If somebody wants to be miserable, tadastu. Don't try. He will go beyond the three koshas. Then Vijnanamaya kosha. Going beyond the Vijnanamaya kosha is giving up the sense of doership. We have this wrong notion. Without us, the world doesn't move. We have the wrong notion. I am doing the japa. Therefore, I have been told by my guru to do this of 36 malas. And it is rightly said, God's name protects. But whom? The Guru is protected from the disciples. So what the Gurus do? All the Gurus who give the mantra diksha, this is the secret. Therefore I don't give mantra diksha to anybody. Because I am not afraid. Other Gurus are afraid. How they are afraid? These bhakta will come and eat their head. Maharaj, my wife is so terrible, she hits me every day, what should I do? Okay, I give you mantra, then after that mantra, you will start eating her. Really? Okay. And then what you have to do? You have to chant this mantra, 36 malas. Okay, and you being very dear to me, I give you not a small mantra, Hari Om, Hari Om, I will give you long mantra. Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanat Mrityor Mokshiyam Amrutat. Om 36 malas. So you start one, oh God, one you are. Om Trambakam Yajamahe. And then you get so booked in that. Next time you don't go to the Guru. He will ask, Beta, jab kaisa chal raha hai? I am not doing it. So the best way is to protect yourself. You don't go to the Guru, and thus the Guru is protected. This is the greatness of the mantra Shakti. Hey friends, because whether we are doing something in the outer world or we are doing japa, don't do japa. When you do japa, you are keeping an account. Kitne baar kiya hai? See. Then what for? Japa is done only for time pass. Find out how much time you have today. Suppose you have got 10 minutes. Okay, enough. Then chant the Lord's name only for time pass 10 minutes. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. We are not concerned about the number. We are concerned about the time. And if you see, our jobs are based on how much time you save from your life. When you take a job, you are supposed to be in the office from 10 to 5. So 10 to 5, time of your life is sold. Our whole life is based only on the time principle. Not how many times you chant. You don't have time, 10 minutes only, but you have to complete the japa. Then what will you do? Bhagwan will get confused. That is not the way. Our chanting the japa is like taking the Ayurvedic medicine. Can anybody imagine? Take Kutajarishta, put on your tongue. No. We directly put it into our larynx or pharynx and then pour a glass of milk or sweet something, then only we are happy. Because it is so disgusting. This is the technique of Ayurveda. They give you such a terribly tasting medicine to prevent from the next dose. You say, I am okay. That is the same. Our chanting the japa, big number within short time is like this. Ram, 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 ram. I think it is jaya. On the contrary, chant the Lord's name like eating a chocolate. How we eat a chocolate? Take the No, we keep it. And slowly keep on biting, keep on biting. then you enjoy the taste, the rasa in the same manner. Raso vaisaha rasagam evayam labdhanandi bhavati. When we are able to experience the joy in the name of the Lord, that joy is Paramatma. But normally what happens? I don't know why did I go to the Guru, but somebody cannot change my Guru. Because I started liking you, so I want to give up that Guru. But then what will happen afterwards? I said, you make 2 more Gurus. Then what will happen? There will be 4 Gurus to carry you. Maharaj, come to recognize this simple truth. Panchakoshe parityage. So we have to give up the doership, not only in the worldly things, but also in your spiritual practice. Otherwise, I am doing meditation. Meditation is not an action, friends. See? Like doing pranayama. That is an action. And how long can we do pranayama? One person asked me, Swami, how long should I do pranayama? I said, do it 21,000 times. 21,000 times? It's too much. I said, okay, 2,000 times. That is also too much. Okay, 100 times. Will you do if I do 11 times? I said, okay, do 11 times. Then I asked him, why you reduce the number? No one gets tired of doing pranayama for so many times. Very good. Since how long you are breathing? Are you tired of breathing? Do we say, I am tired of breathing, I am not going to breathe? Now what is the reason? Learn from this. Then we come to know pranayama is done. Therefore, I is born. Wherever there is I born, the samsara begins. And what is samsara? Tiredness, frustration, achievement, failure. Same way, we do meditation. One person told me, Swami, I have been doing meditation for many years, but nothing has happened. I said, to who? To Guru? Or to the society? What do you expect to happen? No, earlier I used to get headache, now I don't get it. Oh, so you want a headache? Please understand, meditation is not done. You live in meditation and then do the things in this world. Like we are making state and then we conduct ourselves in this world. Therefore, this going beyond the Vijnanamaya Kosha is giving up the sense of duality. And then going beyond the Anandamaya Kosha is very attentive. Many people tell us, Swamiji, sitting with you meditation is such a solid experience. I really enjoy it. Is it an ice cream that you enjoy? It is not a vogue. Never enjoy meditation. The moment you start enjoying meditation, your next sitting will be, कल के जैसा meditation आज भी हो जाए. And it will never happen. Because nothing in this world is ever repeated except foolishness. See? But then what happens? Yesterday when I sat for meditation, I saw lights. So today when I sit, what will be my goal? आज भी लाइट लगनी चाहिए. And then today there are no lights. I don't know what happened. Then what happened? Go to Guru. Maharaj, yesterday there were lights. Today there are no lights. What is the reason? Today power off. Thus our meditation becomes enjoyable or suffering. When Bhoktrutva Viman, enjoyership is given away, then you transcend the Anandamaya Kosha. So this Panchakosha Parityagi. So the first Annamaya, things and beings must not bother us. Pranamaya, food should not become an issue of life. Manomaya, don't try to justify why you are miserable. Everybody knows it. Vijnanamaya, don't do sadhana. Let it happen. Live in awareness. And Anandamaya, don't enjoy meditation. Live in meditation 24/7. When these 5 things are practiced, Panchakosha Parityage, then Sakshi Bodha Avasheshataha Swaswarupam. So what we have done, when we transcend these Panchakoshas, then Sakshi Bodha Avasheshataha. The one who has discarded the body and prana, mind, intellect, etc., he alone remains. Then that is Saswarupam Saevasya. That is our essential nature. Now see. First, listen to the words that I say. Then listen to the silence. So first words. Om. Om. Now listen, I'll explain you and again we'll do it. First, our attention is on the sound gathered through the ears. Then our attention goes on the silence. What is silence? Absence of sound. So in the silence also, the object is sound. And then the third stage, when presence and absence of sound makes no difference, we have come to our own being. If this is clear, now again. As much presence of the sound is an object, that much absence of the sound is also an object. When the presence and absence of the sound make no difference to us, then we have gone beyond sense organs, mind, intellect and experiencer. Now apply the same principle to all the experiences of life. We gain something, we lose something. Really, it doesn't make any dent on our mind. Here we are not doing anything. It is all undoing. त्यागे नैके अमृतत्वमानः. Thus, swaswarupam sa eva syat shunyatvam tasya durghatam. Therefore, when Panchakoshas are rejected and you say that nothing remains, how it is ever possible? Even nothing is recognized as existing. See? And when you come to the absolute existence, we cannot call it even as existence. See, the truth is referred as Satchit Ananda only because to deny the absence, it is called as Sat. To deny the inertness, it is called as Chit. To deny the misery, it is called as Ananda. But from the absolute standpoint, even to call the reality as Satchit Ananda is a blasphemy. It's not true. See, friends. This experience will never be repeated because this experience is not gathered through sense organs or the mind. It will be the same. Akhanda Pandalaka. So, Shunyatvam Tasya Durgatam Astitavat Swayam Nama Vivada Vishayatvataha Swasminnapi Vivadashte Prativadyatra Bhave. If somebody has a doubt and argument about one's own existence, Tavat Asti Swayam Nama Vivada Avishayatvatah. I don't think I am. Then to such a person, who will talk to him? Because you don't know whether you are there or not. Therefore, there cannot be any experience where this presence can ever be recognized as absent. It cannot be. Therefore, Asti Tavat Swayam Nama Vivada Avishayatataha. Then, our presence can never be recognized objectively. Avishayatataha. It is not objective recognition. And if it is not objective recognition, immediately we will come to, it must be subjective. No, it is not subjective also. See? Like, I was in Brazil and we were having 3 sessions of 3 hours each, is spread over 2 days. First, talk on meditation and then practice of meditation. So there was one elderly man. He said, Swami, will you mind, I was sitting like this thing, he came here, will you mind if I put my sleeping bag there and do meditation sleeping? I said, no, mind. So he slept there. And after meditation everything was over, then he came, Swami, are you married? I said, no. Then I said, I am happy. There are only 2 types of people. No, I don't mean that. I mean, because you give the examples about the married people, I thought you must have gone through all this. I said, yes, I have gone through all this. You know only one wife. I know hundreds of wives. And their problems. Therefore, when we are lying down here for meditation, that time, if you are not a husband, are you a non-husband? Do we call somebody as a non-husband? See? In the same manner, if you are not the experiencer, then shall we call that you are a non-experiencer? If you are not a subject, because there is no object to illuminate, therefore should we call he is a non-subject? Any language you use, it will be a wrong language. And therefore, the truth is beyond all the words. Therefore, asti tava swayam nama vivada avishayatratah swasmin api vivadasche prativajyatra bhave. To such a person, who will talk to him and discuss anything? Because he himself doesn't know. You can talk to me, but I don't know whether I am here or not. See? Therefore, the meaning is, there is no doubt about one's presence under any condition. Be very attentive. The waker is not present in the dream. The dreamer is not present in the deep sleep. The deep sleeper is not present in the samadhi. And the samadhi fellow is not present in all the three. But there is one factor which is supporting all four of them, but is never either present or absent. See how the limitation of the language. This happened in Michigan. I was with Swami and he was talking about, the Mandukya or something like that. And then somebody was trying to explain what Swami explained. See, he draw lines. Waker, this is a waker, this is a dreamer, this is a deep sleeper, and the fourth one is the Turiya. So when you discard the three, the fourth remains. So the other people were sitting like that, and they were not convinced. But how to argue with intelligent people? The best way to disagree with anybody is to agree immediately. Never discuss anything with fools. So, then few of them, Swami, we are not understood. Can you please tell me? Then I said, first of all, remember, fourth is not fourth. First step. It is called as fourth because we are giving importance to the three. Therefore, it is called as fourth. So that doesn't mean it is a fourth. Then on the one, the three are superimposed. Like the son, the husband, and the father. And the fourth is the man. So is the man fourth? Man is the one. He is called as the son because of the conditioning of the father. He is called as the husband because of the conditioning of the wife. He is called as the father because of the conditioning of the son. But does it mean he is the fourth one? On the contrary, he is the one. Therefore, grammatically if you talk, Turiya means fourth, but Vedantically if you talk, Turiya means Ekavayava Dvitiya Neha Nanasti Kinchana. See the difference? In the same manner, here the teacher says, if we have doubt about our own presence, to such a person what to talk? ठीक है भगवान नहीं तू भी नहीं जाओ स्वासत्वं न तु कस्मैचित् रोचते विभ्रमं विना अतएव श्रुतिर्बालं ब्रूते च असत्ववादिनः स्व असत्वं न तु कस्मैचित् रोचते विभ्रमं विना. Unless we are deluded, nobody can ever say that I does not exist. Nobody can say. But if somebody is deluded under the liquid spirituality, then he can say, where is God? Show me. When I am not there, how God can be there? He can always say. You must have seen, some people, they walk in sleep. They will pick up their things and start walking. And they don't know. So, vibramam vina, unless there is a delusion, there cannot be this kind of experience. Therefore, we are in delusion. And therefore, we ask, show God where it is. It is not an object of knowledge. If God is everywhere, then why there are so many miseries in this world? If God is everywhere, why there are tsunamis and Katrinas? See, if God is everywhere, why there is a disease? One lady asked me this question. Swamiji, I had decided, I don't believe in God. So I was keeping cool because I am not an agent. something. Then tell me. I said, come here. Then I spoke in her ears. I also don't believe in God. Over. No. You should believe in God. If you don't believe in God, you will go to hell. And if you go to hell, I will have to come there to pull you out. Guru ban gaye na? See, friends, we don't have to believe. We are that. Belief is only if we do not have the experience. So, swa asatvam natu kasvaiti rochate vibramamina ateva shrutir bhadam brute tu asatvavadina. So those who say that the reality does not exist, they are denying their own presence. Because the reality is not other than them. Our struggle comes. If I am Parabrahma Paramatma, why can't I experience? You are experiencing 24/7. But if you say, no, I am not experiencing, what can I do? It is something like, I don't have a tongue in my mouth. Now to such a naram loshtam samanam, the one who is a muddy-headed fool, what can you talk to such a person? Therefore, no struggle, just be. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. We don't have to justify anything to anybody. We don't have to make anybody happy in this world. We don't have to make anybody miserable in this world. Everybody is self-sufficient. Then be yourself. Let the life be lived through us. And if only life expresses through us, that pure expression of life is only happiness and nothing else. After this, the teacher takes up another theme. We will take it in tomorrow's class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnam